Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 AlphaStar cast. I think the 1 vs 1 is kind of redundant, seeing as how every AlphaStar game is strictly 1 vs 1. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll get some awesome AI taking on, we'll get an awesome AI taking on, like, multiple players or something like that. For now, though, we have got a Masters Protoss in the bottom left-hand side. Gonna be taken on AlphaStar in the top right. Also playing Protoss, so a PvP, if you want to go ahead and pronounce it like that. Protoss versus Protoss, Toss versus Toss, a big old toss-up. Yeah, we are on the map New Repugnancy. We have got ourselves similar builds from the players starting off here. Double gas from AlphaStar. So it seems that that it's mainly the mid iteration of AlphaStar that would go for the 1 gateway expand, whereas the highest AlphaStar iteration goes for the 2 gateway play, but then doesn't actually go for a wall off, interestingly enough. So that's something pretty interesting, that the AI doesn't really care about doing that wall off, but it does care enough to go for the considered safer opening. So that's pretty interesting. And yeah, we'll see where this game's gonna go. The Masters player going for a probe scout. AlphaStar, no such scout just yet. And it makes me wonder if the reason why AlphaStar goes for this build is because there's less probe transfer time, and that it's strictly more economic. Like, yes, there's a greater risk of Adept getting into your base, but if we take a look, AlphaStar's got a pretty solid wall to the right-hand side of its base. So Adepts aren't going to be able to get in completely easily, or anything like that. So yeah, we'll see. But that is a consideration, that this is just because the probes don't have to travel away from your nexus, pop down the pile, and go back and forth. And I hope I'm making no one nauseous because of that. But yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do enjoy these AlphaStar videos, as per always, go ahead and slap that like button. You guys are honestly the greatest when it comes to doing that. Like, I think the best channel on YouTube as far as like to viewer ratio goes. And we take a look. There is currently 23 probes for the Masters player, 3 behind AlphaStar. So let's go for 23 likes on this video. That's a good goal to have. And yeah, the Masters player looks like he's planning on getting up a Nexus pretty soon. AlphaStar just getting up a couple more Adepts, a Stargate, so going for a 4 Adept into Stargate play. This is fairly common because the Adepts save you gas, which allows you to produce off the Stargate. These 2 Adepts are going to try and shade into the Masters player's base. However, there's already a wall going up for the Masters player, so these Adepts are not going to get anything done. They're just going to be shooed away by these Stalkers, and there's actually 3 Stalkers out now for the Masters player. So he's going to have quite a bit of muscle to try and bully AlphaStar, and pardon me, not 3, 4 Stalkers out on the map, whereas AlphaStar's just got Adepts out on the map. So this looks like it could be pretty scary for AlphaStar if we take a look, as really all the AI is going to have is 2 Stalkers and I guess a shield battery, so actually it should be fine. The Masters player actually going to get really aggressive to throw a pylon up in the face of AlphaStar. He's just got a completely solid wall in his own base, and then he's got a Stargate on the way for himself, and he's just going to try and put the pressure on AlphaStar. But if we take a look, AlphaStar just kept its Oracle on its side of the map. The Oracle will die to this pressure, but I think the Masters player's got a recall if he's got the energy, but the fact that his Stalkers are still here makes me think that he doesn't have the energy. No, he does. He elects to recall, but just one of the Stalkers gets out. I get the feeling he maybe could have got out with 2 there, but he kind of just traded out in a sense, and the game's going to continue on. He got the Oracle of AlphaStar, which is quite nice. And now all of his Stalkers are going to be moving out, but oh no, these Adepts are going to get into his main base. That Masters player better start queuing up probes, because he's about to lose some. As we take a look, those Adepts are just going to cut down quite a few probes. And yeah, this is rather nasty for the Masters player. Down to 22 workers, AlphaStar's got 30. So much better saturation, better income. And the Masters player lost minerals because of the transfer time there. So yeah, the Masters player really in a bit of trouble right now. I don't think he's in a terrible spot. And AlphaStar, okay, derping out a little bit, gonna be throwing its Robo right up in its mineral line. That is a big, big derp for AlphaStar, just plopping its Robo down like here. Yes, this is the spot. Luckily, there was no probe trapped inside the mineral field, but okay, AlphaStar, having a bit of odd building placement so far. And if we take a look right now, the Masters player actually seems to be wholly content with just staying home with his Stalkers, with his Phoenix. AlphaStar is going to fly in with its Oracle, see if it can get any damage done. And the Masters player, just being out of position, is going to lose 3, maybe 4 workers. Looks like just 3, but that knocks him down to 20. Too low of a number, I feel, so he's trying to queue up more, but the fact that he hasn't gone for his Nexus already is really putting him behind. And I think he's just got to go all in against AlphaStar, which has already got his Nexus up. But then the Masters player, does he know about the Nexus? Yes, he does. So he knows what situation he's in, and yeah, he is going to go for an attack. Mass Stalkers with the Phoenix. This is actually going to put him in a pretty good spot for a fight. I mean, it's going to be like 7 versus 11 Stalkers if the Phoenix lift up 3. So that's pretty darn good. The Phoenix are also tanky, so they can draw a lot of the Stalker shots. So this could be pretty darn good for the Masters player. We'll see if he can make an attack happen, or if AlphaStar is going to have a miracle hold. The AI did just warp in more Stalkers, so it's actually going to be at a pretty decent number against the Masters player. The Masters player can lift up Phoenix, and he does seem to have a pretty good angle against AlphaStar's Stalkers. Probes are being pulled, but not actually into the fight. But oh, I get the feeling that the Masters player's shots just aren't landing effectively enough. Now AlphaStar's got a Prism it can micro its Stalkers with. I think the Masters player's attack is just not going to work out. Yeah, AlphaStar microing back its Stalkers. The attack is going to fall flat on its face. And I think that's pretty much going to be a win for AlphaStar. The Masters player, he's warping in 2 Stalkers slowly. He lifts up 2 of AlphaStar's Stalkers, but the numbers are now drastically in favor of AlphaStar, and the AI is going to win this PvP. It was a good one to watch. Good attempt by the Masters player, but in the end, I think he did just take a little bit too much damage to make a 1-base attack like that work. And GG AlphaStar. All right, here we are into the next match. It's going to be a Protoss versus Terran, and the Protoss is going to be AlphaStar once again playing Toss. Just took down a Protoss, now going to be taking on this Masters Terran. We'll see if this Masters player is going to have any success against AlphaStar or not, as there was definitely a valid effort from the Masters player, but AlphaStar's macro was just too good. It's like the Masters player in that last game tried to hit a timing attack, but in the end, AlphaStar was just like, hey, I'm going to macro really good, and then by the time your attack actually gets here, I'm going to have the same amount of units as you. And then the defender's advantage kicks in, and it's just, yeah, no way that attack was going to work. We do take a look here as far as the build goes. We've got a standard opening for the Terran. AlphaStar moving out with its probe, early probe scouts with Protoss, I think, at least in PvT most of the time. It will not on PvZ, or no, PvP, pardon me. I'm not sure about PvZ. I think it does in PvZ. I can't remember off the top of my head. But that is something notable about AlphaStar's play. Probe gonna come on in, be a jerk, start harassing this SCV. Looks like this SCV was like, I'll go help you, never mind, back to work. And the barracks will get up. But then this SCV gonna have to run away. Continuously keeps getting tased. Alright, so AlphaStar getting up its Nexus, Gateway expand, no surprise there. Okay. There's a command center on the way for the Masters player, but interestingly enough, on the high ground. So this Terran has been through some, he has been through some stuff, and it's not good stuff. As, yeah, just, I guess, worried about those early Protoss pushes that can sometimes delay or cancel your CC, and so just playing a very safe option. I'm a fan of going for something like this if you're uncomfortable in a specific spot in the matchup. That being said, I think you need every advantage you can possibly get against AlphaStar. And, oh, by the way, I'm a terrible, terrible commentator. I've been streaming a little bit more lately, guys, so I tend to forget to turn back on the music, as I'm usually listening to my own music when I do that. But, oh, wait a second, what? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. What is this Masters player doing? And eBay already? Is this going to be like one of them turtle toss or something like that? The Reaper is going to be trying to grab a probe, by the way, but does not. Good micro by AlphaStar. The Stargate was scouted, but okay. I mean, this eBay can't possibly be for the Stargate. There's no way that he timed it out like that. He's just going for a very quick +1. Okay. All right. I guess. Sure, why not go for a absurdly quick +1? I mean, now he can build a turret right away against the Stargate. But yeah, that is really, really quick. Really, really quick. The turret's gonna go up anyway. That'll help against the potential Oracle. Like, that's a very, very quick turret. Turret already building pretty much at the same time as the Oracle. Oracles take a lot longer to build than turrets. Then the Oracle's gotta fly all the way across the map. So I'd say this is even too early of a turret. But the Masters player, he's clearly doing his own thing with his +1 going already. Is this just gonna be like +1, 2-1-1 or something? But like, even with like a 2-1-1, I guess if he wants to make a timing attack, that doesn't make a lot of sense, because he's already gonna, like, his +1's gonna be done before stim, and then that's gonna hold up the push. So what's he doing? What is this guy doing? I don't understand it, but all right. 3 Adepts for AlphaStar are bullying the front of the Masters player. He keeps raising that wall. AlphaStar not committing with the Shade. The turret is up for the Masters player. That's going to help him out, but of course the Oracle doesn't necessarily have to get SCVs from the mineral line. This one building the factory could be vulnerable. We shall see if AlphaStar is going to take a bunch of shots. No, just the one, and then turns around right away. The Adepts do end up shading towards the natural, trying to grab an SCV or 2. Looks like it gets 3 SCVs have gone down this game. But in the end, that was actually a pretty good cleanup for the Masters player. The problem is, from his odd opening, he is behind on workers more than you should be at this point in the game. Another Oracle flying in for AlphaStar. The AI has constantly scouted this out. The AI is now getting up a 3rd Nexus, a Robo, a Twilight, so very confident despite seeing the 2-base play from the Terran. Oracle getting shooed away, that is nice. And then, what is this guy doing? He throws up an eBay, or an armory, pardon me. Like, what is this armory for? Is it just for like a super quick +2 attack or something? I don't understand. Because you get your 2nd eBay so that it times up so you can go double upgrades, or does he just want the 1? What's this armory for? I do not know. I do not know at all what this guy is doing. I'm curious to see, but yeah. I don't understand this a lot. That armory is done. What's this Masters player doing? I don't know. This is such an odd way to go about a Terran build. Like, what are you for, armory? Is he going to start the +2 attack? Is he going to go for like a tech lab on the factory at some point and get drilling claws? Nope, it's just for +2 attack. Okay, that is a very, very odd build from the Masters player. I don't possibly know what timing attack this could hit, but who knows? Maybe just it's going to be like a ton of Marines that'll hit a timing before there could be a high Colossus count, or a high, I don't know, whether there'd be Psystorm or something like that, or no. I'm really unsure with this one, guys. We're along for this wild ride together, but yeah, it's going to be a 5 racks play from the Masters player. He's going to be going for a drop with this Medivac. I guess he was looking to try and maybe grab an Oracle if possible. For now, AlphaStar just flying around, scouting out. There can be like full Marine production from the Masters player at this point, which is pretty good if he just decides to go for like a big all-in. But we take a look, he's already started +2 attack before he even had combat shield started, which is not a normal timing. 16 seconds in, 52 seconds in. This has got to be one of the most odd builds I've ever seen in my life. Just like, it kind of makes sense, but then at the same time it really doesn't. And now he's gonna have these Marines, they'll have +1 attack against AlphaStar's charge, but like, he's gotta wait for combat shield at the very least, and without, like, by the time combat shield's done, there's gonna be at least 1 disruptor out, potentially 2. And AlphaStar, I get the feeling, is gonna be able to make those big hits. So I'm really, really confused, but alright, is this odd +2 Mass Marine timing attack gonna work against a Protoss player? Is this man a genius, or just a plain out lunatic? A madman or a lunatic? I guess that's the difference there, whether this works or fails. Yeah, we see a 3rd command center's on the way now. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but okay. AlphaStar is moving out on the map with its army. Is it looking for a fight? I mean, there's about to be combat shield, which is good for the Masters player, but oh, disruptor! Oh, run away, Masters player, run away. and now he's got to be like, uh-oh, he's got Robotech, so I'm just gonna go for it. Full send, says the Masters player. Not gonna commit in with that. He knows he's gonna have to get that Disruptor. AlphaStar's getting Extended Thermal Lance, which against a mass Marine composition is gonna be pretty darn good. But there's already multiple Disruptors. I mean, the +2 is gonna be done, so he's got a 2 attack upgrade lead. Like, these Protoss units are gonna melt, but the problem is the Disruptors can also melt the Terran force. Yeah, I'm not sure I follow. Okay, he goes for +3 attack. Who is this guy? Who is this guy, and what has he done with armor upgrades? Like, oh my gosh, I don't understand. He's gonna break down these rocks, but that's just like opening up a highway for Disruptor Novas to run right into him. There's a Nova. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, just a few Marines take that one. Another Nova's going out. How good are the splits? Actually pretty decent for the Masters player. I think there's going to be like at least one more of these. The Marines are doing pretty good against the Zealots with their high attack upgrades. They're actually cutting through them pretty well. Where's the split? He just decides to run, but he takes some big hits. The problem is his supply is dropping as he's retreating, taking not the best fight that he possibly could. He doesn't have the armor, so his Marines actually die pretty darn quick too. And it looks like the Masters player is going to retreat all the way home, but he's going to lose everything. And I don't know if he's going to live to see his +3 attack or not. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no. I really don't understand what this Masters player was doing. AlphaStar's pretty confident though, as we see a 4th Nexus getting thrown on up. The Masters player, he's making a few Marines, making like a Marauder or 2. But the problem is there's still the Disruptors, which is very hard for Terran to play against, particularly if you're not a top tier Terran. Disruptors are one of the most punishing units, probably the most punishing unit in the game. So yeah, we take a look. AlphaStar's now like, okay, upgrades are cool, so I'll get my own 2 upgrades on the way. The Masters player, he's still in this game as AlphaStar hasn't killed him. The Masters player's got a 4th base on the way. But I don't know. I do not know with this one. Okay, we take a look. The Phoenix for AlphaStar the Phoenix count has been growing as AlphaStar always likes its Phoenix. It's going to come in to hit this 4th base. The turret wasn't done to help out against this. The Marines and Marauders are going to be able to grab the Sentries. AlphaStar hallucinates a Colossus, because why not? The +2 is still doing alright, cutting through the Zealots rather quick, but there's just a lot of Protoss here. One Disruptor gets picked off. Second one gets danced around, but the Masters player has now lost pretty much everything again. He's got a decent chunk of bio, though, and with the upgrades, he puts out a lot of damage, but the +2 attack upgrades, while I'm sure nice to have, are not good enough to keep you alive in this game. Oh god, SCV is running away from Disruptors. Oh, no Nova from AlphaStar. The Masters player is churning out a ton of units, like a lot of Marines, 11 at a time, but we'll see if a fight can possibly happen. The Phoenix SCV's Marines being pulled against this. Disruptor gets a Nova out. It wasn't targeted down in time, so the Nova actually gets off. We see the bio is getting on top of the Colossus. The Phoenix lifting up absolutely everything, though, as the second Colossus comes forward. The Masters player is going to be dead, as he is now down to 2 bases, 17 SCVs against AlphaStar with 80. I gotta respect his very odd playstyle, but in the end, yeah, AlphaStar, just too solid. Like, just too solid for something like this to work. And the AI, with its absurdly high Phoenix count. 9 Phoenix is quite odd to have at this point in the game, but not for AlphaStar. And so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this game, as per usual, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't and you watch all these videos. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Hit the bell icon too if you haven't. As I said, I've been live streaming a little bit more, so you'll get notified whenever I do something like that. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. And if you do want to get various perks, you can consider becoming a member. That is linked in the description of all my videos. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is LaughNgamez. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.